There's a story I remember you talking about when you were in the service, but I know how you still feel about veterans to this day, and one of your favorite accomplishments, or one that we talked about, is getting the POW flag.
Yep. We
into the State House.
One of the greatest things I ever did in my life, other than marrying my wonderful wife Jean and having a family and having a business, to join the military. And it was a tough time. It was during the Vietnam era, 1968, right after all the big Tet offensives and everything else. And as soon as I got out of high school, I tried college, although I couldn't do it. I wasn't ready. So I took the chance and I joined. And I ended up as a Nike missile man, nuclear missiles. And I stayed in for almost 5 years, and then I did 1 year active reserve. Those were some of the best times in my life. I made friends that I still have to this day.
Right.
We had good times. We defended our country. We worked hard at it. We were serious about it. And I didn't have to go to Vietnam because there were no nuclear missiles there. So I spent time in the continental United States.
Well, you were the last line of defense, so to speak.
That's what they told us. Sometimes I wondered. But, so my experience, in the military was great. I'm proud to be a veteran. I'm not ashamed of it. The federal government educated me under the GI Bill, and that's something I'm very proud of. So when I got to the House, I noticed on the outside they flew the POW flag, and inside the House, nowhere was it in the building, and we have it in our own council chamber in Attleboro. So I made a few inquiries, and they're like, "Oh no, we don't know about that flag." Well, it's a recognized flag. It's recognized in this country as a legitimate flag that can be flown next to the American flag. So it took us 6 months. And
6 months?
We finally got permission from the Speaker, because he runs the House, he runs the rules. And I got the veterans in Attleboro to come up, and we had a little ceremony, and they read the history of the POW flag, which a lot of things I didn't even know about it. And then Connie Uriot from the Veterans Office sang taps, and there wasn't a dry eye in the House.
Oh, wow.
And some people came up to Betty and I afterwards and said, "We didn't even know there were words to that song, Taps."
Yeah.
And Connie sang it a cappella, no accompaniment, right off the bat. And so the Speaker was very proud to place that flag right up on the podium. And that was a pretty good accomplishment. And we also put a POW flag in front of the Minority Leader's office.
Right.
And we presented it to him also in a little ceremony.
Right.
And I was glad to see, my pals from the American Legion Post 312, which I belong to, and we had a great time.